feel like the camera's just looking down on me. I feel small, even though I'm big on the screen.
Don't worry. I'm telling you,
That's where my webcam's positioned. It's okay.
It's making you look like slim.
Ooh.
Very nice.
The upward angle is usually flattering.
It's a nice. I need to put a camera up there.
And this is what I do all the rest of the time on video, so I look slim.
Fish lips.
Fish lips. Do I look skinny?
Not in a good way.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot in days of the JRPG pursuit? Your JRPG podcast for all things JRPGs. I'm Branden.
I'm Abdallah.
And I'm Emily.
And we have finally reached the end of 2025. What a year. What a year it has been. There have been so many highs, so many lows. Mm-hmm. I am frankly exhausted, and not just because we're recording early today, unusually. It's been a heck of a year, guys.
It has.
Hasn't it?
It's been a wild roller coaster of emotions, that's for sure.
Yep. Lots of highs and lows.
Exactly.
And if you're listening to our episodes in chronological order, you know, last week we had a lot of doom and gloom, our kind of pessimistic view of the future, realistic but pessimistic, right? Like seeing the direction certain things are going in the hardware space and technology. But today, to wrap it all up, we want to spend a little time talking about the best of the best, because this year did bring us some pretty fantastic things. Exactly. So that's the plan, guys. We're going to talk about some good stuff.
Not only that, let's have a positive outlook to 2026 for
let's think
for
about
that matter.
What's coming in the future that looks
exactly
cool. There's cool stuff coming
because
there's lots of cool stuff.
There's lots of great games coming out, and you know, there's lots of things that we're excited for. So, despite the gloom of last week, we're coming in hot today with positivity.
Yes,
that's right.
Ending the year on a positive note.
Let's do it. All right.
So how do we want to tackle this? Do we want to do like semi-chronological, as a reflection?
Decent idea. Let's start at the, let's go.
Let's start with Q1 in 2025.
The games that we adored. Slash liked.
You want me to?
Go, Dollar.
Yeah, I'll start off because I kind of know what came out then, maybe on top of my head. So one of the things that was pretty interesting that came out, and I mean, I think that we're going to be talking about a lot of remasters as well, because this year was very heavy on remasters. Yeah. But one of the biggest remasters that came out in the Q1 was the Suikoden 1 and 2 remaster, which we haven't seen. Like Konami has not given any sort of love both to games and to like Suikoden in years, and they came out strong. Exactly, and they came out strong with like all these new games and new things that they're bringing out, but as well as remastering 1 and 2, and not just any casual remaster. They actually did a really good job with this one. I was actually surprised by how well done this remaster was.
I just picked it up myself recently for Black Friday because it was nicely discounted. But I never played the originals, and looking forward to eventually get into them when I find time in 2026.
The fact that you can run in 8 directions, that is to me
diagonals.
That to me is the biggest. Like, there's a ton of improvements in those remasters, but my God, being able to run in 8 directions. It's just beautiful.
It makes such a difference when you have that, and as well as like just visually, like I think they did a really good job with updating these games in terms of like it kind of has this almost like not quite HD 2D, but like it kind of feels that depth because there's like a 3D background that they kind of like more elaborated in this version, and it's very sharp, and you have these really cool like sharp pixels that are not smoothed over like other things.
Very crisp.
So it's a very crisp looking presentation, and I was very shocked when I started it up and I played like Suikoden 1 on there, and I was just like, wow, like very impressed. I think I remember just messaging you guys saying like, "Wow, this is like incredible." Like I'm very interested.
It was a game kind of paradoxically ahead of its time because it looked too 16-bit at the time. So a lot of people were like, "We want, Cloud Strife with his brick hands,
You want them polygons
and his spike hair."
Exactly.
Not this 2D garbage, but now we've come full circle and like 2D is in vogue and looks great. So it's a great time for these games to come out. And
That's true.
I think so.
Hopefully bring in new people.
Yeah, I guess on the other side of this is they also announced a gacha game, which I think a lot of people were wary about.
Starleap.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
has that released?
No. I don't think so. No, we would have.
They've been building it up a bit, so I'm still a little hesitant, but at least the franchise hasn't died yet.
Yeah, they came out strong because they have like they have the remaster, they have the gacha game coming out, and then they have an anime. So they're kind of like a full media like representation and revival of the series, and so like it's interesting to see that they put in quite a bit of effort trying to bring it in. I mean, granted, one is a gacha game, and you know how I feel like my gacha. I'm not big on gacha games, but I will give this a shot. I will try it, and hopefully, like it does well enough that they want to make a new game or whatever they want to do.
If it plays like a regular Suikoden game and there are gacha elements that are optional, like if you want classic characters or something, you can pay a few bucks and roll for that. That doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah,
I would prefer there be no gacha elements at all. That's honestly one of my issues with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is the fact that they incorporated a gacha.
Oh my god,
into it, despite it not actually being a real gacha. You're not paying money for it. But I just don't like that style of gambling. Or any style of gambling.
It's
really,
a different type of grind. You grind for them gems.
Not as
those core crystals.
My luck is generally bad in terms of this like gambling stuff, and so like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, that aspect of it drove me nuts because I wanted Cosmos so bad and I could never get it.
That was
when you guys got Torna, didn't you just use the cores they gave you?
Yes, that's what I just like blasted those and I'm like, okay.
No.
Cosmos and like
that
my
helped,
third.
Torna's different. Yeah, Torna's much better.
No, it's not different. They give you they
give you a bunch of bonuses.
They give you a bunch of it. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, we're getting off topic. Already. Shoot.
We can't help it.
Prior to that, though, there was a new release of a new sequel that finally got localized. Trails Through Daybreak 2.
Wait, that's true.
It did happen.
I keep forgetting that was like in 2025.
Feels like
February.
I know.
4 years ago, but
wasn't it like forever ago? But no, it was earlier this year.
I thought it would. Yeah, I kept thinking it was like 2024, end of 2024, but for some,
No.
But that was a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah. I know that was like one of the more divisive Trails entries, but honestly, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it's good.
Like, despite everyone saying like, "Oh, it's the worst Trails game," like it's not that bad, y'all.
No, exactly. I think like,
and there were some cool moments. Like I thought there were some like heights in the series, like certain character interactions was really, really neat to see.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that a lot of the issues that people had is like people are not. They don't understand how long form storytelling works. So it's like something gets introduced as a mystery and it's not solved right away. And they're like, whoa, there's plot holes, this and that. It's like, I just wait. Like it's not done yet.
But also a lot of people were doing the so-called fan translation or
that's true.
MLD, right? MDL or whatever it is. Machine translation.
Machine learning.
Yeah. Which I think also just makes it a worse experience when you play games that way.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not bothered by waiting for the localization to really enjoy my experience with it and not have that taint while playing it.
Exactly. Because it like loses terminology that is trail specific. It doesn't get nuances that
gets you out of it. Like trying to like, what are they saying here?
It's like you are tasked with being a translator, even though you're reading technically English. You're like, what is really being said here?
Without like context. And it's just going to be really off-putting.
That's what I was having to do in the beginning parts of Trails in the Sky remake. It's like having to function as a translator and make these lines sound better in my own head before I can move on.
Because like I can only imagine, with the demo of what we call Beyond the Horizon, like people who played that with machine learning, that whole prologue area where they're just like kind of like hinting and referencing all these little things that's happened across the series.
So many things.
And like, how was that? Like, how did machine learning like translate? I'm curious to see how it translated that, just to see how like bad it was. Because like,
I've heard some people they dropped it after the prologue because they're just
you wouldn't
understand
understand.
localization.
Yeah,
that and there's also new lore stuff. I don't want to say what, but I was like, what's happening here?
They dropped some really they dropped some like cool. They hinted at so much in that prologue. Okay, I'm just gonna get off.
That's 2026.
Too much.
That's 2026. We'll talk about that. Yeah.
Or that was earlier. That was at the end of December. We don't want to go too fast.
Oh,
in the
timeline.
That's true.
For the demo.
We're skipping to the end of 2025, which we are in, but we got to talk about the rest of it.
Really back. Okay, so we got lots of great games. I'm trying to think of everything.
We have Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yes.
Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive.
Finally got that off of the Wii U, so I could actually play it for the first time.
So
exactly.
Many people were actually able to play it.
It makes me happy because my Wii U broke.
Oh no!
For no reason. Like I had it plugged in.
A lot of them are getting bricked. Yeah.
Yeah. Like one day I was like I was going to test it because I was like, all right, maybe I should turn it on and see what's going on. And then I pressed the button, nothing happened, and I was like, oh, it's broken. That's it. I don't know how to fix it yet. It's
I know
great.
some people have some so-called fixes. I don't know if they work.
Yeah, I couldn't I looked it up and I don't know like this specific, like there's some things that people like it, other people's like problems, it still turns on, but it doesn't do anything. This one just has like nothing, no light, no nothing.
No life.
So no life in it. So I'm like trying to find somebody who has a similar problem, but I haven't find that out. But I'm not trying too hard to look into it because it doesn't really matter at this point. One day I'll get to it.
Xenoblade X was like one of my like dark horse favorites from the Wii U era, and dark horse favorites in the Xeno series. Like I wouldn't put it at the very top of my list, but it was very near the top of my list just because despite not having the most like focused plot
narrative. Yeah.
Yeah. The story, the overall story was very intriguing. There was so much like interesting mystery that they introduced and didn't answer again because they were, I think, planning to do more. And then when the Wii U fizzled out and they moved on to Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and didn't continue the story of X, I was like, well, I guess they're just abandoning it. Done. But with the definitive edition, they did do an epilogue chapter to resolve those things. So
that's nice.
That's great. That's great.
Exactly.
I still not gotten to the epilogue chapter, but I need to finish that up.
Yeah.
I love flying around in the Skells, and the new one that they added for the definitive edition that like turns into basically a fighter jet. Like,
it's so cool.
Amazing. I love that.
I just like look forward to the day that they actually upgrade it. For the Switch too. So, because that game would look like between all the Xenoblade games would look really nice.
All of them
with that. So, would be nice. Hopefully soon.
But a game that came out around the same time was Atelier Yumia.
Yeah,
that's a big one for me because that was the only game of my year of the Atelier.
That was represented the burden of representing the entire year of Atelier for.
I have failed you all in my year of Atelier. It's like the scene from Star Wars Episode 3. I failed you, Anakin. I have failed you. But
I have high ground.
It's a great game, though. I enjoyed it, and it actually like made me interested in playing more of the games, even though they're not probably the same.
They're very different. I would say the more open world approach was in Yumia, which is really neat to see. The environments were beautiful, and then the combat they changed to a little bit more actiony.
Yeah, it was very action like and
like a cooldown. Yeah, like using a
cooldown system,
system or whatever. Which I'll be perfectly honest, I wasn't crazy about the combat.
It's not my favorite, but I liked they experimented.
I enjoyed it.
Either very easy or like banging my head against the wall difficult, depending on
depending on
for the most part, it was really easy. It's just I think if you didn't level up your
because
equipment at the end, it's hard.
Kind of still new to the Atelier formula. I didn't really upgrade my weapons until like I discovered that I should do that near the end of the game. And I was like, oh, okay.
Levels don't matter in Atelier. It's all about the equipment.
You can't grind up to beat a boss. You have to just go get better equipment.
Because you level up so much in that game.
Difficulty level. But yeah,
That's true.
I probably should have just done that because I was playing it for review. I needed to get through it quickly, but yeah, no, I have said critical things about that game, but I still like it quite a lot, and I am looking forward to more from that sub-series because I really liked the characters. I thought I wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like when I saw the trailers, like I thought I don't like these characters based on the trailers. Like the one, I forget her name now. It's been too long. The red
the pink-haired one, or is it pink-haired? Is it red hair?
Reddish.
Orangey.
Yeah.
Reddish orange.
Something.
I don't know. When I saw like that archetype of anime character, I'm like, I hate that. I hate that. And she like exemplified that type of character in the trailer. And when I played the game, I was like, oh, she's my favorite character. Like she's fantastic.
She's great.
So yeah, I feel like the trailers maybe leaned heavy on the anime tropes to like try to draw people in. Had
a little bit
backwards effect on me. But
yeah. The JRs also try to make the story sound darker than it actually ended up being. So I was personally a little disappointed. I thought they would go a bit harder on make it like a Ryza 2 sort of scenario, but it wasn't.
Oh, yeah. I liked the story because it felt a little more like not dark, but just like kind of gritty and like real in a fantasy sense, where it's like dealing with the discrimination of being an alchemist in this world where that's like taboo at best, right?
Yeah, I thought we would learn more about like the history than I think they actually shared. You know, I think they set out that foundation, but didn't deliver.
Yeah, I'm assuming that they're saving that for.
They must be. They must be.
But
yeah, that's gonna be whatever UBS 2 is gonna be like.
I also liked that like it was a story with stakes that weren't like, and it's Atelier's that's kind of their thing.
Yeah,
stakes that aren't like universe ending. It's kind of like localized, and
they kind of can be.
They can be, but not as often, right? Like in most JRPGs, it's like you're fighting God to save the universe, and in a lot of Atelier games, like it's a little more focused, like focused on a specific area or people or their situation.
Okay.
Which we'll talk about an Atelier game a little bit later on that had similar kind of stakes. But I like that. I think that's refreshing because you get tired of the same kind of stories all the time.
You don't want to fight God every day.
Not every day.
Not every day. Sometimes you need a break. But I really love the open world nature of this game. It felt like it was actually really fun to explore, and it felt like I had it in one of my videos for Cozy Games, and it felt cozy. Like I think it's a perfect fall, like winter game because like I just enjoyed exploring the world. It was very like kind of like deep colors.
Also like early spring. I think it was when it came out. Perfect.
It was the one that came out early spring. Yeah. But just like the crafting and the fun, like looking for things and exploring this giant world that has like a lot of little puzzles here and there. That was cool.
Yeah. It's enjoyable. I'm looking forward to the sequel whenever
that comes out.
I regret not understanding the alchemy as much in that one. In the next Atelier game, I
intuitive.
did get very into the alchemy, and
I would say as someone who's played a lot of Atelier games, probably Yumi is my least favorite alchemy system.
Interesting.
Like they just try to compartmentalize it to all these different things. I'm like, I just want an alchemy. Why did you do this station then this station? I didn't like it.
Okay.
Personally.
Oh yeah, I did not like that different places to do different things. That was because I would forget.
Like the Ryza games, I think are peak when it comes to the alchemy system, which we can get into later. But for another game that came out kind of Q2 springish was the Lunar remasters.
Yes. Yep. That's a miracle remaster. Like honestly, because like I never thought that would ever come. Because outside of like Lunar 1 getting remastered often, Lunar 2 has never been touched. Since the PS1 remaster and like Saturn version, like it's never been touched. And so like that's the game I was always hoping one day we'd see.
And that's the game that's like significantly better. It's so strange that the first one gets remade 15 times.
The first one's very like that was my first time playing it on the remaster. I loved it.
It's a fantastic game, but Lunar 2 is like all that and more. It's great.
Yeah, I haven't played 2 yet. I've been savoring it.
2's really good. I enjoy it.
I guess the writing was kind of on the wall if you think about it. Like Gung Ho did the Grandia remasters.
Well,
like,
they are
same team, right? Lunar and Grandia.
Grandia's
they bought the rights
like
in whoever owns both of those IPs, and so that's why they're able to publish those.
Yeah.
Like Grandia was like the spiritual successor to Lunar because they lost the rights to make Lunar games. And so they made Grandia, and that had the same kind of, like, the first game especially had that vibe of like adventure.
I'm a little kid going on a adventure.
Exactly. Which is like, that's like Lunar's thing. It's like Lunar, it's not high. I mean, there's high stakes, but it's not like this deep story. It's very like
a bit more just, let's go on this adventure together.
Exactly. It's more lighthearted. It's very like nostalgic.
Best.
Exactly.
Best that ever was. Sorry. It just reminds me of Pokemon.
We're not catching them. We're not catching them.
It's all right. Still turn-based.
Yeah, it's still turn-based.
Do you guys want to go with me on a tour? Do you want to be tourists with me? Do you want to be
tourists?
What's the term? Do you want to go colonizing with me? Let's
colonizing. That's a whoa. Slow down.
33. Okay, because obviously this game has no right to be in the discussion of Japanese RPGs because made in France. Guys, Clair Obscur is
the game of 2025.
It won Game of the Year, as we all assumed that it would. And as the Game Awards weren't even being subtle about, they opened with like a big bombastic song from that game. Like
they knew,
they knew what they were doing.
Great performance.
Exactly.
It's not like the Oscars where it's actually secret. That Jeff Keighley knows. He knows.
Yeah, he knows exactly what's going on. And caters to that.
Yeah, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, man. All of the resurgent love for that game has really made me want to replay it. I had been burnt out on the discourse for quite a while, but now it's like enough time has passed that I'm like, man, I do want to.
Just in time for the new discourse.
Right. Yeah. Just in time for angry, even angrier than ever. Like just vitriol.
Yeah.
But for reals, it's a great game.
It's crazy.
Incredible.
Exemplifies many JRPGs. Like, they cited all their inspirations of what helped make the game, come to be.
Truly a love letter.
Yeah.
And it's like awesome because like we haven't seen, I mean, I know everyone says like, okay, JRPGs have been around, turn-based has been around. And yes, that's true. But we haven't seen like a game like this sweep like public eye since like Persona 5.
Well, this is like, even more, I would say, than Persona 5.
It's more than Persona 5, but like since like Persona 5 like was popular, it was in like, but this is the first time like since then that like
like Final Fantasy 7 remake a little bit, but this has definitely been a little bit earth-shattering, I would say, for the genre in terms of scale.
And the discourse around it has been everything toxic, which is great. I love it.
Well, yeah, it's toxic among the certain corners of the very loud corners of the internet. They don't represent close to the majority of people that like this genre, but they are very loud.
Very loud.
It's just funny because like before it was like getting so hyped, and after it won, everyone was just like, I hate what turn-based games. It's just trash. What Kingdom Come should have won.
The argument, and I've kind of dabbled in this argument myself, where it's like turn-based has always been here, and this is proof that like turn-based is good.
Yeah,
I think the issue with Clair Obscur getting all this attention that a lot of other turn-based games haven't gotten is that Clair Obscur Expedition 33 feels to me the closest to like a full-on AAA JRPG
cinematic experience.
Like Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth are also right up there in terms of quality of their presentation.
Yeah, it's just longer. So not everyone played them.
Right. Yeah. People are see Final Fantasy VII and like anime characters and they're like, maybe not.
Yeah.
But this is, all that gameplay that we like from classic JRPGs in a package that's, just beautiful to look at.
Yeah.
And
the package like appeals to Western audiences too. It's
sure,
like it's not as anime.
Casting a broader net, right?
Yeah.
It was a cheaper game too. Like we can't discount that.
No.
Like it was it $50? I
think it was 50. Yeah,
it was $50.
When everything was going to 70 or 80, they were like, "Here's a $50 game that."
And it was day one on Game Pass too, right?
Day one.
That's true. So people can play that there if they have that.
Because you could still afford Game Pass back then when that came out.
It was before it went up.
Yeah, just like it came at the right time, and it was the right presentation. It was made by people that, like you said, Dalla, respected the games that came before it and was like a love letter to those games. I love that he got up and thanked Hironobu
Sakaguchi. That was nice.
That acknowledgement was great.
Like that was like, okay, so yeah, everybody shut up. Like they know what they're doing. Like
it's like nobody does that. Like I've never heard anyone like think Sakaguchi on a stage. So it's nice to see
that stage particularly.
On that stage, like
so that's big. So many eyes on it.
It's a big deal.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, we could probably talk forever about.
This
That's
great. That could be a whole.
If you haven't played it yet, I would highly consider it, and don't be too intimidated by the so-called difficulty. I think there's a lot of difficulty settings now.
You turn it down to easy, and it like I think what I'm going to do actually, rather than play it myself again right now, is Jen wants to play it, so I'm going to just watch her play through it.
No, that'd be good.
Re-experience.
There's like they after they won the award, they dropped all this new like DLC as like a thank you. I haven't done that yet either.
Yeah, I look forward to replaying it soon too, because that's been on my mind as well.
And there's a lot of stuff in there that I just missed.
Exactly.
Same. I didn't do everything.
I didn't rush. Like, I definitely didn't rush my way through it, but there was a sizable amount of content that I didn't realize was there. Like I just missed it.
There's a lot of lore in the world that you just like didn't pick up on
because you have to go and seek out, and it's not part of the main.
And certain enemies and boss fights that definitely add to the lore.
Yeah,
which I haven't done all yet either.
Yeah.
So that'll be my at some point in 2026. I'd like to go back and 100% it, or as close, in a reasonable way. I might not climb those dang. Decibel towers again. I did not enjoy that. If you did
it once, I think that's all you need to do.
I did it once. I succeeded. And that's it. I'm good.
I think I fell twice.
I fell so on one of them in particular. I fell so many times, and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!"
That was my least favorite. As long as you didn't step through the
gap at the very top, I saw some people do that.
I did.
Oh, no. That's the worst one.
Oh my God.
I was like, they're just mocking me now. This is not. I was like cheering to myself as I'm running forward, and then
that's too funny.
It's like a Wile E. Coyote kind of.
Like I know.
Hold up
just like a little sign.
That says like, oh
my gosh.
Anyway.
Oh man. But another thing that came out this year that is, if we want to talk about indie, is Quartet.
Yeah. And we had the privilege of interviewing the devs on our podcast.
We had them on. Cool. So if you want to check out that episode, go check it out. But it was I think my favorite indie like JRPG experience of the year. It was really well done, story wise, great music. Just about everything was really kind of just like solid. I think it was a very good experience.
Yeah,
I was going to say it was cool that they added two. Like after initially released, they added additional content for free.
They've been adding stuff, and I know they're doing a console port.
Yes, I'm looking forward to getting that as well.
They're working on that, so I like to. Hopefully, they'll do a physical, and we'll get a physical. I'd like to.
You mentioned there was something.
They
kind of
Kickstarter.
Oily suggested in the interview that.
So we'll
keep an eye out
forward to that.
But yeah, I don't feel like I have that much that I could even criticize about it if I wanted to. Like, it's brief. It's like 20 25 hours, which is great. That's not a criticism. It's like I love that.
Good length.
And the characters are amazing. The way the story starts out is like a series of 4 different like plots that you kind of play in any order you want, and then they all come together. I love that.
Yep.
Sort of like takes the best of like Live Alive and a more traditional like Final Fantasy type game and just combines them so you get both of those kinds of experiences.
Yeah. It's more narrative and character focus, I would say, than combat, but the combat was still enjoyable. And then, I feel like they experimented with some new ideas. Like I haven't seen like percentages, on like different meters before. I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah. I felt like the combat was constantly having you try different things, and because like you could just mess with your different builds, and it was just a fun combat. It wasn't like groundbreaking, but it was good.
It was solid.
The story,
the best elements, I think, from
exactly
kind of like Clair Obscur, right? Like it borrowed the best elements from various other turn-based things and put them together into a souffle that was
delicious. I really love like it. It really like it kind of had this really interesting juxtaposition between like the joking, like lighthearted like characters, but it also being like a very, very dark story altogether.
Like some of the heaviest stuff in
exactly like with like these like intense atrocities happening in this world and all these things that are happening, and like it's very like really well, I think, written, and then the character interactions were really, I think, good.
Nazi wizards, you know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, Nazi wizards. But I think that was one of my standout.
Nice, like, delightful. Also,
indies.
The summer was so dry, so it was nice to have a new game.
Yeah, exactly.
But I guess one thing we didn't mention about summer was we had a brand new console come out. Unfortunately, there wasn't much JRPG support out the gate, but we might be able to talk about it later on.
Yeah.
Yes, there was. Yes, that's true.
Bravely Default remaster.
I mean, that's a remaster of a 12-year-old game. It's not like, but
yeah, and digital only.
Digital only, with most Switch 2 games. But Switch 2
might change.
Could.
Yeah. And then Raido remaster. I don't think any of us have played it yet, but that was also early summer.
Exactly.
On the backlog.
Yeah. It does.
Yeah, Raido was always the sub-series of SMT that I think I had near the bottom of my list of like interest. Like I have the first one.
More of an interest now.
Do you?
Yeah, it looks cool. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem interesting. Like it's kind of a period piece, and like it's
exactly. I like the historical almost nature to it.
Exactly. It takes place in like an era of Japan that like you usually don't see as often in games. So I might.
And it looked, I thought, really nice for just like was it just an HD remaster? It looked almost like a remake, honestly.
I'm gonna say it's like a remake that they.
It's like a graphical remake.
Yeah, they're being coy. It's like it's much better than.
Yeah,
they've been hesitant ever since the pushback with SMT3. It's just only
we
a
should
HD
do better,
remaster, guys. It's not quite.
But it does look like fun. It does look like a lot of fun. I do look forward to playing that. Maybe in 2026.
Same. Yeah, if we have some time, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
If we have some time,
I think
I'm like we have a dry spell at some point because I need to catch up.
I do too. I do too. But what was probably our favorite release of this year when we approach fall here, it's Trails in the Sky first chapter.
Mm-hmm.
That's my game of the year.
My personal game of the
year. Yes, same. All of our game of the years.
Yeah. It was honestly, outside of the translation issues of first
early game,
the early part of the game, it's like perfect
or so is feels pretty clearly machine translated, and then I think they got wise as they went.
Exactly. Outside of that, I think it's a perfect game, like a perfect like remake. It's like
honestly, it was gorgeous.
Yeah,
and so much attention to detail. I greatly appreciate it, as all of us, longtime fans.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. They're truly a love letter to that game. Like they really took the heart of Trails in the Sky and they made it beautiful,
and appealing to new people to try it out. There are so many people who are like, okay, I'm going to finally do it. I'm going to actually play it. And once they did, they're like, this is amazing. I'm so glad I finally got to experience this.
Why did I wait?
Yeah, I'm glad they brought like the Daybreak style combat mixed in with the typical Trails in the Sky kind of like style as well. So it's got like a little bit of that difficulty coming from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it's a challenging game.
It's a challenging game,
And the beginning for sure, before you build up everything.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But then the end, I thought was pretty easy. But that's if you do everything.
Once you've got your full party and
if you eat all the food, you do all the droplets, you're pretty OP.
Yeah.
boost your stuff by the end. It's a cakewalk, but you should feel powerful at the end of it.
You should.
Exactly.
As a junior bracer, you gotta build up to it.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's my goal of every JRPG is by the end of it, I want to be like intensely powerful.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that's something I noticed when I was replaying Lufia 2 a couple of years ago. Is like the first enemies you encounter are literally mosquitoes, and you end the game by killing God. I was like, that's JRPGs in a nutshell right there.
100%.
It is.
That is truly the JRPG like style. But yeah, Trails in the Sky, incredible. So glad we got that. But you know what came out around the same time is Digimon Story Time Stranger.
We're jumping to November now. There are some other September games. I don't know if you want to mention those first.
I guess we could mention it. There's definitely Final Fantasy Tactics.
Rosariana and Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yes, there's so much this year, guys.
So much, especially jam packed in the September.
October.
It was crazy. I was very stressed out.
I was extremely stressed out.
I would love to have go back and experience that without being stressed out.
Right.
I had to review all of it. So
it was my first experience getting all these things to review, and I'm like, oh my god, this is I was like trial by fire because I think previous to that I didn't really review games before, and so this was like my trial by fire of like, hey, we're gonna have your review games. Also, there's gonna be like 3 or 4 back to back to back.
Yeah, you're gonna have multiple
long games.
Exactly.
So yeah, Atelier Wrestleriana, like I alluded to earlier, like I really. Gameplay wise, I prefer Wrestleriana over Yumiya. I like the turn-based combat. It's like such a fun, like you feel, I don't know, in the beginning when they start introducing all of these different mechanics in the combat, where like every time you get to attack multiple characters in a row uninterrupted by enemies, they like piggyback off of each other. And so you attack and then the person before you like attacks as well, and so on down the line. Really cool. I was like, is this going to make it too easy? I don't think it really made it too easy. It just made it feel very like bombastic and
more interactive.
Yeah.
Also with the blocking system.
Yes.
And I appreciated the turns were also displayed. It kind of reminded me of Trails a little bit. So it was really nice.
Well, they definitely took from Trails with the little power-ups on the power meter. So distorting,
timelines.
Which I wish more people would steal from Trails. I think that's great. I'm glad that Atlas did it. I agree. I'm glad that Atelier did it with Wrestleriana. Like, it's the best battle system in JRPGs. Steal from it, everybody. Just steal from it. It's fine.
Completely agree.
But yeah, I liked the story in the most of the characters more in Yumiya, but I really liked Wrestleriana. It was fun to see like some of the older characters that I am familiar with, because I don't have a hugely broad background in Atelier, but I have played enough of like Rorona and Toturi, for example. So when like Toturi joins your party, it's like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know she was like one of the party members in the game. That's fun. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with that one for sure. It's definitely not open world. It's like randomly generated dungeons for the most part. There's a few like standard dungeons, but
that design was not my favorite. Yeah, but I can understand why they went that route.
Yeah, I mean, it's a budget title, right? Like they weren't full price.
It wasn't as big as Yumiya for sure, and they were also inspired by the characters and world that they built in the mobile game, but made it a full-fledged single player experience.
And if they want to continue down that two-pronged path where you have the games that are modern and doing the open world thing, experimenting with combat, that's cool, as long as they have this other path where they can continue to nourish the traditional Atelier formula, like the turn-based combat and the more focused exploration. I really like having both. I like that we don't have to choose right now.
Same. So do you think Wrestleriana will get a sequel, or do you think they'll do another line like alongside Yumiya as like the new Ryza? For example?
It definitely ends on like a cliffhanger. So I would be disappointed if they didn't do a sequel. I'll say that. So yeah, I'm hoping that they continue it, and then if that series wraps up, I hope that they start another traditional, Atelier series alongside.
But Gus is really good at pumping out them Atelier games and having them be quality. So I will expect at least one or at least two a year now. It seems like the standard.
That's astonishing. Like, good job.
I know, right?
I know. To pull in
Give us another Blue Reflection though too while you're at it.
Oh,
I would love.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love to see a new one.
Still my favorite Gus series, and it's only gotten 2 games. It's a little. Well, there was a mobile one, but I didn't play it.
That's true. I look forward to playing Wrestleriana at some point. I need to pick it up.
I need to finish my playthrough. I just looked at it when it released because I was overwhelmed. Like, okay, we're just doing a first impressions here on stream.
No, yeah.
No, it is very good. That's like I said, that's the one where I really got like sucked into the alchemy of it all.
Yeah. The alchemy system is great.
I spent so
and they
many
have shops,
hours.
like little shops in too.
Yeah. You do like you set up your shop and sell your stuff, and I was like, why am I spending all this time doing this? This is not me. But it's fun. I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah. But Final Fantasy Tactics, the Evilise Chronicles. That was the first time I ever played Final Fantasy Tactics, and I loved it.
Yeah,
it was my second favorite, like remaster
of the
year, because like I think they did such a good job just like upgrading it and making it like
it's beautiful,
truly feel like a historical record almost. Like it plays like it, like because the game is very much like a retelling of like Rams's experience through that. So it's like kind of like reading like these like, you know, history books of like what happened. And so they did a really good job. And then the voice acting, man, oh my God.
Elevated so much, right?
Immensely.
Yeah, because that script is it's not bad, but it's like so Shakespearean that like when you're reading it, your kind of eyes start to glaze over.
So like I have a hard time with that kind of dialogue, not bring it and not like that was my thing. Like in college, like I took Shakespeare because that's what you do. College, you got to read Shakespeare, and I was not enjoying it because I was like, I don't know. I just feel like speak regular English, guys. Come on. And then modern. we went to the Chicago Shakespeare Theater and watched, I think, Measure for Measure. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I get it. Like having the performances actually like makes the text more understandable.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the same thing here. Like the text isn't quite at the level of like crazy Shakespeare, but it's still very elevated.
Exactly.
And it's so good. Everybody does such a good job.
I know the voices. They're like, there's not one bad voice actor in there. Like they all do such a good job, and just the look of it, it has like that sketched look, which
watercolory.
There's like the filter, whatever they have over it, makes it feel tangible, like it's on paper, you know. Like,
exactly.
I love that.
The water animations, like it was all so nice.
Yeah,
everything. Like I remember. So I had tried to play Tactics back when it came out, right back in the 90s, and I bounced off of it. I think I rented it, couldn't get very far. In my mind, I felt like I got much farther, but when I played the Evilise Chronicles, I think within the first like 40 minutes, I reached the point where it was the farthest I had ever seen. And I was like, oh,
whoops!
I
did not get far as a kid.
No.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like, you know, the original game, it's hard. Like it is a hard game, but even if you play like this version on Squire, it's still not easy. Like it's still a challenging game. But there's a lot of good quality of life aspects. And I do like going through it's really nice that they added that kind of like area where you can look up like characters, locations, all these different things to kind of like review. Because it's a very dense material. There's a lot of characters, a lot of things happening. So you can kind of go in and review things and like look at where the story's gone until now. So like to remind yourself of who's who.
Yeah.
Excellent. Incredible.
Like the right way to do, I think, a HD remaster.
Yes.
Beautiful. And more.
Actually, maybe not my second favorite, because I forgot we're going to talk about something else.
Favorite?
We're going to talk about something else.
Yeah. But first, let's talk about Digimon that we talked about.
Yes, Digimon.
The Stranger of Time.
We like one thing we've always like, especially Emily and I've always talked about is Cyber Sleuth being like such a underrated JRPG for the Digimon series.
Underappreciated.
Exactly. Like no one really talked about it, and it truly is a fun game. And honestly, like they just took that like formula and they just made it incredibly better with time series. They put so much effort into this game. It is like no more randomly generated like dungeons. Everything kind of
no blue
fits.
Hallways.
Exactly. Like everything just looks good. There's a lot of like voice acting around, even the Digimon are talking and things like that. There's like a lot of like, just, they put a lot of effort into just the polish and the presentation of this game.
Yeah. I felt like I lived in a world that you're going to, and it was just amazing what they did with the story. It was very unexpected, just how far they pushed some things. It's a little bit slow to get into. I know some people complain like the prologue could be like 6 hours long, which it's a prologue. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm too used to trails. It takes
Exactly.
a while to get going.
We're very patient. We know.
We're very patient.
I think that's what I said in my review. I was like, I'm already like used to that with trails. So like this was just normal par for course for me.
Is Digimon Time Stranger did that win our quarterly spoiler cast poll?
It's winning.
It's currently winning.
I should pick it up because I don't have it yet.
You should.
It's on sale. You should, get it.
Yeah,
get it now.
So so I'm looking forward to that. We all played it for a couple hours at Bandai Namco at PAX this past year, and it was a lot of fun. Like I was like, okay, I'm sold on it. So I'm looking forward to actually playing it.
All the Digimon, they are embodiments of people. Basically, and they just have so many like complex emotions, and it's so. I grew up with Digimon as a kid, watching the cartoon, the anime, and it's just so cool to relive all those experiences, and a lot of callbacks too to the source material. I thought was just really well done, but you also don't need to go into it knowing anything about Digimon. I think, which is also great. So it rewards those who do know, and also very accessible to those who don't know.
Yeah, it is a little nostalgic for me because I also liked the cartoon a lot as a kid.
And the Digi evolution process and just kind of like building your teams is very addictive.
It really is. Like in Pokemon, not interested in filling out the Pokédex, but Digimon, I want the entire field guide. I wanted all the megas.
Yeah.
It's just so fun.
And they're so I love the design of Digimon sometimes, like because they get so over the top and like unhinged sometimes.
They're so weird. I love them
because it's so funny. I love
and if you like SMT, like basically the Digimon evolution system is like Shin Megami Tensei. And a lot of the the demon fusion kind of elements of it, but it's also very forgiving because if you go digivolve one of your Digimons into one that you don't really like, you can always digivolve it, and it's very easy to build it back to something else you prefer.
Exactly,
so it's very forgiving in that respect.
It even has like that personality, like a mechanic of like, you can converse with your Digimon and change their personalities, or that can affect things and stuff like that, and affect their stats and how they kind of grow.
Yeah. There's really all these dimensions about like if you're a data type or mutant or virus, or if you have different, like traditional elements like fire or ice, all that. And it's really interesting, like how you don't have to have a set team going in, like traditionally with a lot of monster taming games where you have like a fixed team. This like rewards you for experimenting and playing with a lot of different Digimon. There's no there's XP sharing, so you don't worry about who you favoritize at a moment, that kind of thing. So it's very, very rewarding in many respects.
Yes, I think it's such a great game that came out this year, and I think it is. It has done well, thankfully, like in terms of like sales.
Yeah. Like it was like the #1 Steam game for a while there. Like it topped some other like big releases in the genre. So I was very pleased. It was doing well.
All right, you've convinced me. I'm going to play it. No, I was going to.
I mean, you have no choice, Branden.
No choice.
If this one wins, you have no choice.
It seems like it's probably going to win.
Yeah, probably.
I think
I actually honestly prefer, because I think it's the only one on that list I haven't played of the list of games that we were putting.
That's
up there.
true.
So it'd be fun to play a new game and talk about it. Especially because it's still fairly topical, right? It only came out a few months ago. Dragon Quest, anybody a fan of Dragon Quest HD 2?
It was so good.
That's why I changed my mind with Tactics.
So good. Being your favorite HD, but the thing is, this is a remake.
Oh, this is
not
a remake.
an HD remaster. It's a full-on remake.
This is full-on remake. Like Dragon Quest 2 was so good that it jumped up to being my favorite iteration of a Dragon Quest game right now. Like
it is mine
so
too.
Good. So good.
It's my favorite. I think I had said this to Chad from Square Enix. I was like, this is like now my favorite Dragon Quest game. I was always pretty high on my list, even in the Game Boy Color version is what I had played of 2. But like the remake, I was like, this is it. This is my favorite one.
I was shocked. How much
out of the water.
I love the characters. I love the story. All the things that they changed it. I even liked the first one. I was surprised. I didn't think I would like the first one, just being the solo hero and all that. But no, it was good.
First one I thought was great too. Yeah, like I have a lot of nostalgia. It was my first JRPG, right? The
exactly.
NES, and so I had reasonably high expectations for it, and I think it exceeded them very easily. So
it's wild.
Love it.
I still find it funny. It wasn't until the last version of the last boss I actually understood how to use the sigils and be powerful. But it was still fun finding that out.
Yeah.
At that stage.
Yeah. No, yeah, this Dragon Quest was an incredible experience. I had a blast playing through those games, and
same.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Love it.
Can't recommend them enough, man. They're good.
I agree. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's we can kind of bring up
Tales of
Octopath
Exilia.
Traveler 0 as well.
Tales of Exilia. I should
go ahead and talk about Tales of Exilia.
Yeah, we should.
That was my first ever Tales of game, so I was very enthusiastic.
There was 2
Grace's
Tales
was
games.
earlier this year. That's true.
Yeah,
I didn't get to play that one, but in the future I want to, because now after Exilia, I want to play more Tales games.
It's a better like entry to the series. Like,
I agree.
Playing for the first time, Grace's F is more of a. It's one of those games like Zestiria where it's like more of a technical game, and I can see people getting frustrated with that one if they didn't already have a foundation. So I think Zillia is the one to start with of those.
Yeah,
for sure.
Zillia is one of my favorites.
It did take me a while to get into the combat, like how that approach. Like I've played plenty of action RPGs before, but not quite like this.
Yeah,
so it felt more like a fighter almost, which like with all the combinations, and so it took me a little bit to get adjusted to it. But after a while, it was fun.
Yeah,
but the story,
and the characters in Zillia.
Yeah, where the story went and how dark a lot of it kind of went, and it was just very surprising and enjoyable.
Yeah, Zillia does a good job. That's probably one of my favorites. It's like in my top, I don't know, 3 or 4 Tales games.
Yeah, I'm trying to think where it would fall for me. I think Grace's F is probably my favorite. Zillia might be 2. It might be number 2.
I think Emily needs to play Berseria when that.
I plan to stream that when it comes out.
Berseria might be number 3. Yeah, like they're bringing out the bangers first, which I think is smart.
And hopefully Abyss will be announced at some point, because I don't want to play that on the 3DS. I'd like to play it somewhere else.
I'd like to replay that one. When I played the Tales of games, I played them all back to back to back to back. So I had like no break, and I just played them all together.
Yeah.
And Abyss is just like right in the middle, and so I feel like I don't have the sharpest memories of it. Like I remember it, but it didn't like leave the best impression on me as some of the earlier games and some of the later games did, right? I think because of where they fell in the chronology of me playing. So I'd like to replay Abyss with the remaster.
I never played Abyss, so I would love to.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I've never played it yet. So, if they did a remaster of that one, would love it. So that way I could just play it, not on a.
And hey, like what they said, I think recently, like they plan on doing more remasters of the older games. So I think it's very much a possibility.
I hope to see Fantasia at some point.
I think
because we never got a good version of that here.
Oh, we got the Game Boy Advance port, which is
So like it would be nice if we got like something close to like maybe the PSP version, but just better,
or just a full on remake. Yeah, like
or just a full on remake. I would love them to do that. So maybe we'll see. I'm sure they're taking note of like how well these HD 2Ds are doing in the market right now. So maybe they'll think about it.
I hope they're doing well.
I mean, I'm sure.
They gotta be, right? Because the latest one, Octopath Traveler 0, gosh, I've been enjoying this game so much, y'all.
Guys, I'm not super far in it, but the things I've seen
2 hours, in, but I'm sold. It's so good.
Yeah. This is my favorite Octopath, just because of the sheer insanity of the story of like things that like it's taken me aback. Like there's things like I'm not easily shocked by like things happening in stories, but I'm like shocked they went this
especially
dark with certain things.
Game, I was just like not expecting. They look so cute, and then something like awful happens. I'm like, what? That just happened.
It's like it's.
Yeah, that's the thing about Octopath Traveler as a series. Like, I do think 0 has some of the darkest, like, heaviest hitting twists. But Octopath Traveler has always done that. Like, I remember playing Octopath Traveler 1, and it looks cute. It's like, little 2D sprites, and then
they all follow each other. They're so cute.
Yeah, they all follow each other in a line, and it's cute. And then like this horrifying thing happens, and you're like, what am I playing?
Right? Right?
It's true.
Yeah. They've taken that tradition of like super dark storytelling and just elevated it significantly
so
in
much.
Zero.
Yeah.
This is my first Octopath game with Zero, and I want to go back and play the other ones. I've always been in my backlog thinking someday I'll play them, but I never felt like super compelled to break them out because I've just heard people saying, "No, it's all right. It's very grindy.
Yeah.
It's all right." Like,
yeah,
they are grindy.
So
at least one which I played, it was very grindy. But
one is extremely grindy.
Having the foundation of Zero, the combat's gonna be a little bit different in the previous ones, right? Because you have 8 characters in battle now versus 4. Yeah. So they'll be a little different, but I think having the foundation will make it.
Yeah, but having that shield, the braking system, I really liked. I like that a lot. It won't feel as maybe fluid without the back row to swap back and forth between. But
yeah, you basically will have fewer opportunities to boost just because you don't have that back row. But it's fine. It's still good.
It is. Yeah, I'm excited to finish this game whenever that happens because it is like very long.
I'm trying, guys. It's with the holidays.
I'm savoring it, I'm okay. It's not I think because of its roots, maybe in mobile, I don't feel like I need to rush and do it all at once. So that's been nice, I think, about how they laid out, all the chapters and things.
There's zero, I don't feel pressure with this game. That's exactly the thought process.
I really like the story, the individual stories having individual chapters. So if I've got an hour and a half to kill, I can sit down and play a chapter. It's probably going to take an hour and a half to complete the chapter. And that's great because it's I sit down, I do that, and then I can save and I'm done and I could take a break. But I'm still making significant forward progress in the game. So, yeah. No, I love it.
But yeah, that was our basically summary of the JRPGs that came out. I know we probably missed a few that released. We're unfortunate, we couldn't play them all because there were so many that came out this year. So if we missed any that you guys really enjoyed, let us know, and maybe we'll try to prioritize that in our backlog for 2026. But let's talk about now games we're looking forward to next year.
Yeah. It's oddly enough, there's not a lot of games that have hard dates yet.
That's typical. I feel that's typical. In January, February, that's when they announce the dates that aren't out in Q1.
Exactly, but for Q1, we got Dragon Quest VII Reimagined coming out. Reimagining.
Yes. I'm looking forward to that. After those HD 2D remakes for 1 and 2, I'm okay, bring it on. I want to play 7 now.
Yeah,
and it looks different, of course. With the more, it's not quite claymation, but it's cute, claymation. Chibi,
it kind of reminds me
not quite chibi.
Of Link's Awakening remake, but a bit more
less toyetic and more marionettic.
Yeah.
I do love the look of the world.
I appreciate the new style personally.
Yeah.
I like variety in art styles. Yeah.
Exactly.
I do like variety in art styles. I will say I'm not a fan of the way these characters look. They look too much. I can't disassociate.
The two Churub or something?
They look too much like Lord Farquaad from Shrek. That design.
That one guy.
Especially
one guy, I could see that.
The one guy definitely looks like a Lord Farquaad.
I forgot what his name is.
The rest of them kind of look like Team America World Police, just the marionette dolls. So I will admit, I'm not a big fan of the character look, but who cares? That's not what that's what I play for. So I'm really looking forward to it.
A more streamlined version of 7, because one of the reasons why I never broke out 7 on the 3DS and tried to power through that before the eShop closed to get the end DLC openings.
Oh yeah,
was because of the length. So I'm glad that seems like the reimagined versions are going to be more streamlined, and that's definitely more appealing to me. I know some people might criticize this. It's just with the Evilise Chronicles, or where's the War of the Lions content? I didn't miss it personally, having not played those, of course. But I feel for 7, even though maybe some of the islands or something are not there, I don't think I'm going to miss them. I play it personally.
Don't know they're there, so I'm blissfully ignorant.
Yeah,
I don't like a lot of bloat in my JRPGs, so I'm kind of glad they got rid of potential bloat, if you will.
That's the thing. It's not like Yuji Horii isn't involved in this, right?
Exactly.
If he looked at it and was like, "Yeah, we could cut this." Then I'm like, "Okay, he's the guy."
Yeah. I value.
He knows. Yeah, he knows best. Sure. And it looks like they're cutting and adding things that would fit. So it looks like they're just kind of refining the game to be more.
Cutting, right? They're adding.
Correct.
Exactly. So there's a balance of I think Yuji Horii is kind of just taking a second pass at it, going hey, this is what I would do differently now. And so I have no problem with that. I love that. It's the same thing, we would love to see with like, if they ever did a Xenogears thing, like Takahashi-san, let him sit down and be like, yeah, I'll let him fix these things, let him cook, let him change these things. Like, yeah, it's the same concept. So yeah, I'm excited for that.
I'll be here for it.
Also, before that, actually, in January, we do have Trails Beyond the Horizon.
I know. I'm surprised we skipped that right out the gate there.
We kind of started to talk about it.
We did. That's true.
But it is shaping up to be pretty fantastic. We've all played at least the demo. We're through I'm not through the demo yet.
Okay. I finished it up last night. Very enjoyable.
I finished it last night as well. It was very, very good.
Well, enjoy being ahead of me because this is the first and only time it'll ever happen.
It's true. You're gonna power past us. I'll give you another day or so, and you're gonna be like,
I'll be
halfway through the game, and only 20 hours in somehow.
Somehow I don't know, but it's really cool. Definitely not a good entry point, I would say.
No, don't do this.
It's just like Reverie. Don't do it.
It's like there's so many characters coming back and so much talk. Like they're just talking about things and they're doing what I like, which is they're not like saying, as you recall back here, this happened. They're just like talking about things as though they happened in the world because they did. So if you don't have a foundation with the series, I would say at least Daybreak. You're probably going to struggle. If you have a Daybreak
foundation. Even Daybreak 2, I don't know if it's enough for some of the things they talk about.
What I mean is like if you have Daybreak 1 and 2 under your belt, at least you know most of the characters. So it's like you have that foundation to go off of. But
if you are heavily invested in Trails lore, I do recommend maybe trying to get through all the games, which I know is a huge task. It's a lot to ask, but if you really value that aspect of games, I think it's very rewarding to do it.
It is extremely rewarding. So
with the prologue, there's so much happening with there because like you're pulling characters like Kevin,
mind blown.
Referencing things that from previous games that Kevin has been through, and then also kind of like alluding to things that you're just like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
Where you were.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
And then like Reen and like what he's been doing and kind of like how he relates to Van and relates to other people. And like, there's just like referencing all these little things that you're like, oh, okay.
Or you two know each other? How did that happen?
Exactly.
A little bit. I was like, oh,
I know.
Interesting.
There's like these connection points.
Seeing Reen and Van in the same scenes, it did occur to me like, I wish that they had done something different. Like at least with like their hair color is almost the same. They're like,
I don't think that's necessary for hair color, but they did change their outfits.
It's true, and they talked about it a lot.
Reen has a different voice. I don't know if you've
he's deeper
on that. He sounds a lot different.
Yeah, he's got
same voice actor, but different.
He's a little more.
He sounds a lot more mature.
Yeah. That's what I noticed. He's like, okay, they're taking more. He's like older. He's got a little more deeper of a voice. He seems like a little bit more like.
Well, I called him out
together.
Like you're 23 now. You're an old man.
Exactly. Like
ancient in the world
he's
of
pushing.
anime.
Yeah, he's like middle aged at this point.
Almost middle aged. Yeah.
Yeah, but just like for me, seeing the two of them in the same scene, I was like, you just got two white guys. They're about the same height with like bluish hair, like dark bluish hair. I don't know. I don't
think they look that similar, but yeah, I can see.
I think Van should have had like bright pink hair or something. Just mix it up.
All I know is I love.
There's DLC. You can change the hair color if you really want to do that.
I could change the hair color.
All I know is I'm really into Rufus's look.
Yeah. He's such a stud.
I know.
I had like the most totally embarrassing reaction when I was streaming it last night. Like when Rufus walks in, I'm like, oh my God. I was like telling everyone like who my favorite like male characters were in the Trail series like over time and how like
switched it.
And then when Van came in and then when Rufus walks in, I think I had the most embarrassing reaction. Like, oh my God, Rufus here.
I know. He looks exactly like what I would imagine kind of like a J-pop, like kind of like a Gokt or something like old school.
But like with the Hollywood flair, I don't know. He looks a little Cali to me.
Yeah, he does have that Cali look.
It's like to me, it's like kind of a smarmy con artist kind of guy.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I love it.
I think it fits him because that's kind of what he's.
That is what he is.
Into. He's the character that, without getting into spoilers, he's the character that definitely has changed the most.
Yes.
When he's introduced to where he is now, like. He has gone through some stuff. He's a very
he has and just he has had many cards, if you will,
It's true. Yeah.
that he's had to do that. But
Yep.
Exactly. And
many hats. That's what I was trying to say.
He's worn a lot of hats. Yep.
yeah.
And that's the hand he was dealt. Not really. Some of it's his own. Some of it's his fault, but like not all of it. So
And just you're not there, Branden, but at the end of that prologue with him and someone else in his car.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
Oh my God. It's going to be such a wild ride. Oh,
I don't.
I'm gonna finish it this morning after we're done.
Do it.
I don't know what's going to happen. Like just that end of the prologue, just kind of like, I'm like, okay, this is like
the setup. I can't wait.
Things are going to happen and I don't know what's going to happen. And it's like Kevin being Kevin,
You
moment.
spoiled it. What are you doing?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it is.
Don't spoil it for Branden.
Actually, I think Emily, you spoiled it because I wouldn't have known that that's what he was talking about.
Sorry.
7. No, it's fine.
But
so it's great. It's like fantastic so far.
Really good. I'm looking forward to that for Q1.
Yes. We mentioned Berseria, just to throw that out there again.
We did.
Yeah, we did that. There's also Monster Hunter Stories 3 comes out at some point. Which looks I have to say, like the change in character design and like animation, it looks so much better. I love this. It's more mature looking.
It looks great.
Yeah, like it looks really beautiful.
In the trailers, I feel like they're talking directly to me. They're like with a voiced protagonist. I'm like,
there you go.
I see you.
They learned. So I'm excited to play that.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued by that because I actually hadn't really played 1 and 2. Like I played a bit of 1, but I didn't get as far as I probably wanted to on the 3DS. And then they announced it for the Switch. I was like, should I swap
to start over on the Switch?
I don't know. Indecisive, with the backlog. And then they announced 3. It looks really good.
See, I played a little bit of 1, but I never like finished it. But I played 2. I enjoyed 2. It's it's not.
It's a monster
perfect.
Taming, but it's cool.
It's fun.
Different way to do that with the dragon eggs and stuff.
This one looks like way more story intense and interesting. So like I'm hoping that we get more out of that. So yeah, it looks like a good one. There's Adventures of Elliot at some point.
There is.
Yeah, I was going to say, just to segue into that, we kind of left the realm of like pretty certain dates.
Yeah.
Now we're just into some point this year we're going to see it. So yeah, Adventures of Elliot.
But we have one date we can talk about.
The Quest of Steve. Go on.
Quest of Steve. Well, I don't know if we have a specific date specifically, but it's September.
For
Trails in
Elliot.
the Sky. Trails in the Sky, second chapter.
Yeah, I'm assuming it probably would be September, October.
I think they said September, but they didn't give a date. Like it didn't say what day it is.
I think they're still wiggling around with date.
Yeah.
Which Thursday to actually, or Friday to put it on.
Yes.
It's always Thursday, Friday, it seems like these days.
But SC is one of my favorite games of all time. And so
same.
I'm so excited to see like this game in full graph, especially the whole ending sequence and everything that you do at the end of the game. It's like I can't wait to see that in full like graphical 3D and everything. Oh my god.
We were freaking out so much about Kai or Trails Beyond the Horizon. Like we're going to totally freak out when SC gets its full on 3D remake. Yeah.
I know. There's so much in this game that like is just mind blowing from a Trails perspective.
Yeah, you really get into more of the Ouroboros of it all. And
yes. A lot of the world's lore.
Yeah, that's where it really starts to fill out.
The foundation, basically.
I'm excited for people that decided to get on board with Sky first chapter and are like maybe going to get to play second chapter for the first time.
Yeah. That cliffhanger. What happens?
And and within 1 year.
Right.
Yeah.
Not like the originals.
No. At least in the West. No.
Yeah, in the West, that is. Yeah.
My brother texted me when he saw the trailer, and he's like, it's so long to wait. I don't know if I can wait. It's so long. And I'm like,
dude,
my brother in Christ, I got to be honest with you. I've waited years and years and years for a new game. 1 year is actually really good.
1 year is amazing.
I know.
But if you compare it to some other games, like look at the Final Fantasy VII remakes, like that's more than a year between games.
3 to 4
People are willing to wait for
probably
those.
Not a full 4 years between 2 and 3, but still multiple years. Yeah,
1 year's amazing.
it's gonna be fantastic. I hope that they learned, took some of the feedback from reviewers and critics about the localization. I hope that they don't.
I think they will.
What I'm assuming is machine translated stuff to.
Well, if they changed towards the second half.
Yeah. Like when they started to realize, oh, this is bad. Our poor actors have to read this crap. They started to change the lines, which is good. I hope that they, if they want to use machine translation to like do the first pass and then edit. That's all that's is edit what the machine spits out at you. Like, don't just use that.
Exactly.
And if they want to, even if they don't go back and change the first one, if they want to say liberal instead of liberal.
Or
if they want to change a lot of like
Calvard again,
Calvard. There's so many like terms that are just like really poorly said.
It just makes the gung ho game stand out in a way that they shouldn't.
If you want gin to be pronounced correctly,
Gin
I'm okay with that.
I would love it if what do they call them? Orbal golems. If they would just call them archaisms like everybody else does. So there's a few things that I'm hoping that they've art that they weren't. Hopefully they weren't too far into the process when the reviews for first chapter came out.
Also, if they don't want to go with limited run for the physical edition,
dear God, gung ho, please just put it out. Please just put the game out. For
God's sake.
Company. Put it out with a regular. Talk to Sony. Talk to Nintendo. They will work with you. Don't bother with Microsoft. I'm sorry. They it's not worth it.
Oh, they're not. Well, that's not going anywhere. Falcom doesn't work on Microsoft. Or I think we're safe.
Like Xbox games. Yeah.
But give them a call. I bet you they'll take your call. Give them a call and say like, hey, we'd like to publish this video game that's popular and that was on many people's Game of the Year list.
Exactly.
They know how to make merch though. Like they did that for Lunar. They didn't go through limited run for that box.
Right.
Like,
exactly. And they can make their own.
Use them as something if you want to make some special edition.
Yeah, make their own special edition.
Give it a new variant cover. Like I'd be happy with that.
Delayed. The Lunar box did get delayed. I'm still waiting on that. But
I just remembered that. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot about it.
I had forgotten about it until they sent me an email saying, "Sorry, it's delayed." I was like, "Oh."
At least they emailed you.
At least they
on a run.
I don't think I
always keep you in the loop.
Right?
Did I get an email about it? I don't even remember. I forgot to check.
As long as it's not going to be over a year, like limited run does, I think.
Jesus, yeah, no, seriously,
progress.
Like just do it yourselves. And I get it. Like it's challenging, and they're not a giant company, but
no, and I know it's hard times right now for manufacturing stuff.
Yeah,
but
we don't need and the thing is too, like if it's a we don't need like the fancy.
Don't do statues.
Stuff. Don't do a statue.
Have you seen the limited runs? Like shadow statues, don't do it.
No.
Yeah, no.
Sega needs to stop working with them. But that's a whole other can of worms we don't need to open.
Maybe we should just briefly
okay.
Let's let 2026 be the year where we just start these brand new games that are like AAA releases from big studios. Let's just release them like a normal video game.
Yeah, please.
Okay? If we're gonna do a collector's edition, great. A lot of people like them. Just produce them with somebody that is able to get it done in time and doesn't rely on a build to order model. Don't use the build to order model, even if it's like you manufacture 5,000 of them or something because you need.
I don't know. People can complain if they can't get it, so it's hard to say that.
But I am willing to accept that
and
over
the scalper issue if it's spotted. But
true. I don't know. I still prefer.
It's tricky.
I still prefer that over the limited run. Like we're going to take your orders and we're not going to start anything. We're not going to do anything until we have all the orders in place, and then we're going to make the stuff, and it's going to take a year. Can we just stop? Especially Sega. Like with Gung Ho, I don't like it, but I'm a little more like, okay, they're very small. I'm sure limited runs prices are probably the best in the marketplace right now for publishers. So I kind of get it. I'm a little more sympathetic. I don't like it, but I'm like, okay, I kind of understand. Sega, come on, you don't need.
Yeah, I know. These big publishers shouldn't be doing that. Like they have,
limited
run. Don't do it.
Limited run is great for like indie titles that are not going to get a distribution because who can afford to pay Nintendo? Like the ridiculous fees that they charge for their cards.
Yeah.
And even
old
Sony,
games that are re-releasing
cost that a lot of these indie publishers can't meet. And so working with a build to order model company like Limited Run makes sense. Fine. I think that's
There's so many other competitors now though that they could go to.
True. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, don't go with that one in England that still hasn't sent me my dang Chained Echoes.
That's not England.
It's not England. Oh,
it's somewhere else in Europe.
They just need to close down.
Yeah, just give everybody money back and go away.
if you can't do the one thing, that is like literally your job is to publish and deliver these games. And if you can't, like, if it's been this many years and you can't do it, then like just close shop. Just close shop. Yeah, like give them back the
business is not
the rights. For you. Yeah, give them back the rights so that way they can publish it somewhere else.
You tried being a business and you gave it your best shot.
You failed.
And you didn't do a good job. You failed.
But that's business for you. Not all businesses are built to succeed.
Sometimes businesses fail. It sucks.
It just sucks that Chained Echoes is like stuck in limbo physically.
This is pertinent. I want to say this is pertinent to our conversation because we hope that it comes out in 2026. We hope.
I hope so.
We finally get it in 2026.
Yeah.
Love to see a physical version of that, but you know.
But one other game that doesn't have a date yet, I'm very excited for, is the new Fire Emblem game, Fortune's Wheel.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'll get a Switch too when it comes out. We'll see.
There you go. From Emily herself, she might get a Switch too.
Possibly.
I might buy it. We'll see.
She might. We'll see.
If there's a special edition, I will. But if there's not, we'll see.
They usually do, right? Did they do one for the Switch? Fire Emblem?
No.
They didn't? Oh, okay. Well,
Oh, no, I meant like a special edition for the Switch too. They did a special edition, like collector's edition.
No, but they didn't do a special console.
They haven't done a special console since the 3DS for Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they will. It's more popular now than I think it's been in a while.
No,
with the way hardware is going,
I don't know.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, that's true.
We may not get another model of the Switch 2 for quite a while.
Honestly, that's a possibility.
Yeah,
me waiting for a better one with better battery or a better screen.
That's not going to happen. I don't think we're seeing OLED for a while.
How many years was it from the Switch to the Switch OLED? Was it like 3 years?
It's like 4 years.
Yeah.
But I also would like a light, but then again, I can't stream that, so I don't know.
No, yeah, you should probably get like a normal one for streaming.
I don't like how big the Switch 2 is. It's
very
not comfortable to hold.
It is very big.
Yeah,
it is.
But you can play on your monitor.
I got the big meat slab.
But that's not the point. Yeah. That's not how I play my Switch.
I do.
The grippies.
The grippies. You can get one of those. Like what are they called?
Do they make those comfort Joy-Cons for the Switch 2 yet?
Yeah,
probably.
More comfortable.
Probably. They have what's that one?
It's not necessarily the comfort. It's the size and weight. They're just not comfortable.
Just the weight of the machine. Okay.
Yeah. I just like the Steam Deck for me. I don't like it.
You know what you got to do is you got to get one of those like little lap pillows that has a stand on it, so you can just like.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually for my. I don't know if you can see it. Well, you guys can't. But my chair behind me, like I was like kind of reclining a little bit and playing my Steam Deck on it because I don't have my PC right now. And I was like, man, I really need one of those pillows so that I can like have my arms up and not have to be like trying to position myself. So that's worth looking into, I think. See if there's something.
Especially for the Steam Deck.
I know they make them with built onto them that you can rest either a Steam Deck or whatever on. Worth looking into. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, Fire Emblem looks very cool. I'm a little, I don't know, I'm hesitant because it looks like a sequel to Three Houses, and I'm not crazy about Three Houses.
I think it's a prequel, but yes, I'm also a little hesitant with the gameplay and story
the universe.
For sure.
Like if they're gonna get away from the rock paper scissors again, I don't care for that.
I like the triangle system. Yeah, the traditional triangle system.
The traditional triangle system is key for Fire Emblem for me.
It's like a defining feature of it, which is why it's so weird that Three Houses.
Yeah, and social links aren't my thing either. So
I'm hoping they shy away from that. Because
I love the interactions. Like I love in Awakening, you know how they did handle the interactions there. If they do that, it's great.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like a typical good story with interactions without having to do like school settings that have to do with like all these different things. Like, I'm okay with not having that and just making it like a very
at least this is not out of school, so I think that
exactly.
Helps,
So
at least for me,
I'm over. I don't know. Maybe it's now that I'm super old. It's like I don't need to be.
I was in school too many years. I don't want to go back.
It's true.
It's been 20 years since I've been in school, and I'm fine not going back. It's fine. But anyway, not to just spend a significant portion of time dumping on what is many people's favorite Fire Emblem game. Leave your vitriol in the comments.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I just realized there's some games I forgot to talk about.
Oh, hit the
which ones?
So there was Rune Factory Guardians of Phasma that came out.
Oh, yeah.
Last year.
It's going to be PS5 edition, right?
Good. There's going to be a PS5 version. That's true.
Yeah, I'm excited to. I'll probably pick up the PS5 version.
I'm wondering if I should swap out my Switch 2 version for the PS5 version.
It's because I hear what you were talking about before, that there's some
the Switch 2 version is actually not that bad. Switch 1, it chugs.
Okay, all right. Well, Switch 1, everything chugs at that point.
Yeah. It runs better than you would expect. It's just, I think when you start building more things, it gets a little bit more complicated.
Oh, that's true.
But there's that. And then Atelier Ryza DX, we briefly talked about Atelier.
Yeah, that's true.
Good.
Yeah, I did. I have started Ryza 1, so my first foray into the Ryza.
I love Ryza.
The Thyza trilogy.
Okay, Thyza.
Which now, like I said, I think I said in another episode of this show, or maybe it was an after show. Like, I didn't realize she was a child, so now I feel bad about making all those jokes about Thyza.
So she's a child in the first game, but the second game she's
a little older. Okay, then I won't feel it.
She's an adult in the second game.
Where I'm at in the story, she's a kid, so I apologize to her and her mother and father. I'm very sorry.
Yeah. Feel the shame.
And then we also did Ease versus Trails in the Sky.
Ease versus Trails in the Sky.
Not necessarily a JRPG, but
no, definitely adjacent. And it was fun. Like, it's fun in like a fan fiction-y sort of way. I liked.
I didn't like the combat, but I got through it.
I actually really liked it felt very East 6 or 7. I'm trying to remember which East game it reminded me of the most. But it felt a lot like that. So I did enjoy it. The combat, the story is like, obviously it's not. I'm assuming it's not canon, right? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Can't be.
Yeah,
but I did like how they incorporated not just East and Trails, but they also brought in like Xanadu and other Falcom properties way back. It's like the bad guy is the bad guy from the second Xanadu game. I don't know. Like, they brought in a lot of cool stuff.
They did. A lot of references, which some of them went over my head, but it was cool still.
Yeah. One thing I want to mention, I think there's not much left. This is not JRPG, but it is RPG-ish. First-person RPG. And that's Deucey. Deucey X. Remastered. It was
delayed, right?
It get delayed. So I don't know exactly when it was supposed to come out in February, but now it's been pushed to whatever date it's going to be. I don't know. They haven't said anything.
Yeah.
TBD, but Deucey TBD. Let's see.
Yeah. Can't wait to see you stream Deucey.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot. We've talked a lot. We're hyped.
We talked about a lot of games, and honestly, we don't know what's coming out next year or this coming year.
Exactly.
It's big
they might
unknown.
be dropping new things. Like, we don't know.
I feel like usually like end of January and February is when we get a better picture of what to expect by summer.
Yeah.
So maybe there'll be some cool announcements.
I expect to get at least one Nintendo Direct that has at least one JRPG announcement of something unknown. That will be
maybe Monolith Soft.
Exciting. Monolith Soft.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Yeah. And maybe Sony will step it up and maybe they'll do a state of play that actually has something we want. That'd be great.
Did you guys see the rumor that the next Zelda is going to be headed by Monolith Soft?
Yes. It makes sense. Like, they've done significant work on all of the
Breath of the Wild stuff.
Yeah. Like, it would be interesting to see like one that is like story driven.
I just wonder if it'll take away from their RPGs.
They're a big company. I have to imagine
they've been hiring a lot,
and they've been hiring a lot. Yes,
hiring a lot, and also Nintendo for a game like Zelda, even if it's headed up by Monolith Soft, I imagine they would be bringing in Bandai Singapore and all their their other studios that they own to work on it. So
yeah, I think that's true
with Bandai Singapore. Are we going to see Xenosaga? Potentially.
Guys,
I don't know if it related to that at all, but I don't know.
Guys, I will lose my mind.
I mean, it shows that Bandai and Nintendo have had a really close relationship for a long time, but it shows that it's like getting getting hotter and heavier by the day. So
it is.
So I don't know. I'm thinking we might see Xenosaga soon. So
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Do we want to do before we end today, just like pie in the sky, what we'd love to see that hasn't, been confirmed, but we really need to see for 2026?
Yuji Horii can stop teasing us with the Chrono Trigger news and just give us the freaking thing. Just like, I hope he's not going senile and this is all like a fever dream that he's having, but like he keeps doing this and Square keeps trying to hush it up. And like, let's just get it done already.
Yeah, I agree.
Stop deifying this game, guys. Like, yeah, it's like one of my all-time favorite games. It means a lot to me, but like, I don't put it on that pedestal that I feel like Square Enix has been, where they're like, we can't touch it. Like it's like perfect.
Sacred.
It's not perfect. It's like, it's a great game. Remake it or do something else. Like make a sequel. Who cares? Like
a true sequel.
Yeah, like you have an amazing property here that you have done almost nothing with. You've made 3 games in this series in total over the course of it. One of them was a remake of another one. So it's like, like,
exactly.
Go ahead and do something else with this franchise, please.
Yep.
And Hironobu Sakaguchi had said in a roundtable discussion one time that it was always the intention that Chrono Trigger would just be a series. Like they weren't planning to make this like holy, idol that they were going to put up there and like never touch. It was like, oh yeah, they're going to do Chrono Trigger 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. That was always the plan, but just kind of never went there.
How about you, Dalla?
I mean, we already brought it up. It's 100% Xenosaga. Like if we get that would be my pie in the sky. And then not just like a remake of it, not just a remaster of it. I want them to kind of like reimagine it.
Reimagine it. Yeah, I'm glad that Dragon Quest VII kind of gave us that language because I think a reimagining of the Xenosaga games would be the way to go.
Exactly. Because Takahashi-san needs to sit down and like, because like he had nothing. He was kicked off for 2, and so it would be nice to kind of have him come back and like create a better bridge between 1 through 3, or make it like 2 games or whatever he needs to do to kind of like
see his vision,
solidify that.
If you want to go back to the original vision, which I think was like
6
games with 3 arcs of 2 games. So like, you have Xenosaga 1 and 2 would be about Shion and that group of people, and then 3 and 4 would be about a different group and so on. Like that would be fine if he wants to hit that original vision now that he's got the clout to do it.
Yeah. I don't know if like even with the clout, like that is a big undertaking. It is like, so I don't know like how much he would want to even go that far as because like he's tried that before, and I feel like he's tried
twice and like it's not gone well.
I think he's like, I don't think he's at a point where he wants to try that again. Maybe he might be able to like create a solidified story within 3 games or whatever it is. Like he could just streamline it in a way that is like really well done and kind of tells the story he needs to tell from that perspective.
And this is just my headcanon / fan theory, is that Xenosaga 1, 2, and 3 is the first arc of the game.
Yeah.
Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3 is the second arc of the Xenosaga. Because they both end the exact same way.
True. Yes.
Both Xenoblade and Xenosaga episode 3 of each of them ends in the exact same way with the exact same scene. Yeah. So I feel like you've told the 2 parts of the story. So the next thing is the final arc of the saga. So I'm hoping that is what happens. And so if he wants to remake Xenosaga 1, 2, and 3 to like firmly
make that clear.
Yeah, it's part of the canon and all this. That's fine.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. And that's what I think is probably taking so long for it to even be announced. I think if they are doing it, they're probably like re-evaluating things because he wasn't a fan of how it turned out. Yeah, because like he wasn't a fan. Like he's already made it known that like he was very disappointed in what happened with Xenosaga. And so like I think if he were to touch it, he would really want to
make it right.
Yeah, make it right for him. So yeah, that's not pie in the sky.
All right. I got 2, so I'm going to cheat. I don't think this will happen because we already have another Fire Emblem game, but I do want Fire Emblem 4 Remake to actually be announced.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So we could have some more traditional Fire Emblem, because I'm imagining like Force and Sweet is probably not going to be traditional Fire Emblem, which is fine. Yeah. But I would like it kind of like what we wanted with Atelier, like we could have the Gimia style and traditional Atelier. Fire Emblem could do the same route. I think that would appease
we might see that
for both. Yeah.
Kind of like how they do with
the Fire
Engage.
Emblem 3 Houses fans. You have some crossover, of course, and then you have the traditional Fire Emblem fans. That could be the way they could handle that IP moving forward.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
And my other pie in the sky, there's a lot of Square Enix things I think a lot of us are excited for. One I'm most excited for is probably, maybe most excited is not the right word. I'm excited for all of them. But I would like to hear more Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 4, you know? It's been 4 years, I want to say, since they did that teaser. And then after that mobile game was shut down, they put some screenshots up. Like,
yep.
Let some, like, you know, have more Kingdom Hearts out. Because they used to, you know, be very prolific with how many entries that franchise had. And it's been kind of slowed down.
Yeah. I imagine it's a combination of things. Like Nomura is probably tied up with finishing 7 remake.
Yes.
Trilogy. But yeah, it's, you know, Kingdom Hearts fans have been the most beleaguered of, like...
I think so.
They do not get games in a timely manner.
No, they don't. No. So I think I'm really excited for part 3 as well for Final Fantasy VII Remake. I haven't played part 2 yet. Yeah. But that's my plan to play in 2026. Yeah. Probably summer when it's going to be more of a dry spell. We'll see if that's the case. Yeah. But I feel like it's time for Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah.
And maybe I will be caught up by the time that releases.
Yeah. Well, was it Square Enix they did like talk about it, I think last year or something like that, where like they mentioned where a lot of their mainline games won't be coming out until 2028. So like we'll probably see.
We need a drip, like we can't have them all come out in 2028. Yeah, we have to have some separation, please.
Yes. Don't make it where like Dragon Quest 12, Final Fantasy 17, and Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out in 2028. Like that would be.
If I only played Square Enix,
shoot yourself in the foot there.
If I only played Square Enix games, I didn't play any games from any other publisher. I would not the way they release them, I would not be able to get through them all. Like it's just not. Yeah.
Also, you have to like make money every year. So like
like you can't just have has to come out end of 2026, if not early 2027.
Yeah.
This is why I'm saying, guys, get your AA teams cooking. Give us Harvestella.
They've been doing well though. Like, you know,
it's pie in the sky right there for Branden.
With Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake, Octopath Traveler reimagined for 7. Like they are doing, I think, well on the AA.
The AA side.
Yeah. Well, they took a break from
and then Elliot too.
Yes.
Elliot.
So I think they are doing well. It's just I think they need to be better at having their AAA, trickled in between all.
And also, it doesn't have to be
at least once a year,
if you want to do one big, like crazy expensive AAA game a year, that's fine.
I think that makes sense.
You don't have to do a bunch and then be disappointed when they don't all sell a trillion copies because the audience is not that big.
Yeah,
you can also make it's never been, but it's not that big.
You can also make Final Fantasy 17 not that like graphically intense, like. Make it a good game. Like just
use the same engine that you have already
give us a good story. Give us some good battle like mechanics.
Honestly, I hope they use just use Unreal. Like don't do that freaking Crystal. Like they spent so much money.
Well, they got rid of it. They don't use it anymore.
No, I know they used it one time, but they spent
so much money on it. They use it for one game.
Building it.
So bad.
They used it for
Everybody
one
else
game.
Using Unreal because it's easy and it's good.
Yeah, probably should just stick to Unreal.
Stick with what works. Anyway, this is not the this is Square Enix podcast. This is the
we're looking forward to those games.
We're looking forward to
we just want them.
I love them. I love Square Enix. I'm harsh because I care. I think we all feel that way.
Yeah.
Anyways, this has been a beefy episode.
It has been.
Meaty.
We've been meaty. Give me the beef. Was it the Wendy's commercial? Where's the beef?
I know. You're all just channeling Luffy for me right there.
Oh, yeah.
And all the meat.
He loves his meat. Niku! Niku! Anyways, it's been a fun episode. Let us know in the comments also, like, if there's anything we missed from 2026 or 2025. I'm sure we've missed everything.
I'm sure we didn't. So if you point anything out there, I'm going to tell you you're wrong.
Exactly.
We nailed it all. Covered everything.
Thank you to all the members.
Thank you so much.
We couldn't do it without you guys. You make this all possible.
Thanks everyone for, hanging out with us in 2025. We really appreciate all the support and look forward to big things in 2026.
Yeah, we look forward to hanging out in 2026 with all of you guys again. So let's keep it going.
Thanks for a great year, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.